Oh, hello, buddy. What the fuck was that? You know what? I'm not starting over. You guys can get a what would be an outtake for once. I'm not doing another take of this because we gotta get going here because I have another video to record. There's an all new comic call that's gonna happen tonight, so I want to get to that. But anyway, hello everybody, this is Sarjep here, and welcome to my own comic call. Welcome to ranked number 40. I'm having some troubles. I just recorded a video. I'm not really used to. I haven't recorded this many videos in a row in a while because I'm doing 3 tonight. I did 2 with my fingers. I'm doing 3 tonight. Oh my god, this is what I'm gonna do to myself right now. I'm struggling, but you know what? I'll leave it all in. Fuck it. Fuck, we're doing this live. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't live. But like I was trying to say, for the 5th time now, welcome to ranked number 40. If you don't know what ranked is where I go through the comics from my latest haul, or hauls in this case. This was like 3 hauls back now. And I rank it from my least favorite to my from my least favorite to my favorite. I'm gonna go already. Just gonna get through these books. Actually, first I'm gonna show. I didn't do my comic of the haul last time. My cover of the haul, that is. What am I saying? But there was a lot of books, and there's a lot of books this time, and I didn't think about it before. So I'm not gonna do a cover of the haul, and also because there's a lot of good covers. So fuck it, I'm not doing that. But first off, actually, I'll do a cover of the haul. It's going to be Generation Gone number 1, the Images Tomorrow variant, because I actually didn't expect to find it, and I think it's a really cool cover, and I love this series, so fuck you. It's probably not my proper cover of the haul. I don't mean that, by the way. You guys are great. Here's my assortment of random covers that I gotta show off that I got in this haul. I already showed the Generation Gone one. I got Black Bolt number 1 hip hop variants. Got the Nick Fury number 1 action figure variant. Got the Nick Fury number 6 Johnson variants. Got the Jessica Jones number 7 Who Knows variants. I think it's Chichetto, actually. I don't even know though. Secret Empire Underground Albuquerque variants. I just need to get to United regular cover and variants now. I got all new Wolverine. I got the Generations the Best number 1 second print variants, which, I mean, it's a different cover. I usually wouldn't get second prints, but it's a different cover, so I'll go with it. And it's actually not in the best condition, so I might have to find a new one at some point, or just don't give a fuck. And I got the Mr. Miracle number 2 regular cover, which was just in my last rank that I showed off the variant and talked about it, so yeah, cool. But of course, then we got the books that are actually getting ranked tonight. I got Falcon Edition number 1 with multiple covers. Secret Warriors number 4 and 5, which number 5 is actually my messed up version. But I have an upgraded version already, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the messed up version, if I'm going to keep it or just as my reader copy, or if I'm going to give it to somebody or dump it / throw it out, which might be what I do, because nobody should have a messed up comic like that. Spectacular Spider-Man annual number 14, I mean, unless they don't care what their condition is. Dark Knights Metal number 3, Dark Knights Metal number 3, with multiple covers. All the covers, in fact, that I know of / are available to me. X-Men Blue issue number 13, Mojo World Part 2, X-Men Gold number 13, Mojo World Part 1, Defenders issues number 4 through 6, Divided State Divide Stereo issue number 3, the best issue so far, which we'll talk about in a bit, and Wildstorm issues number 3 through 7 with an assortment of different covers. Deadpool issues number 20 and Despicable Deadpool number 287. Probably could have separated those in terms of ranking, but fuck it, I do what the fuck I want. Riverdale issue number 1, Amazing Spider-Man number 789 with an assortment of covers. Generations, The Mighty Captain Marvel, regular cover and Coiple variants. Astonishing X-Men issues number 3 and 4, great stuff there. Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 3. I decided to separate the Spectacular Spider-Mans considering the age difference and completely different rounds and completely different types of stories. And last, but certainly not least, in fact, it is the farthest thing from least, and I kind of just spoiled the results, a little bit of this video. Black Bolt number 6. Oh boy. This is a good one, and my least favorite / number 16 for this haul is going to be Generations, the Mighty Captain Marvel one-shot. This was ranked higher originally, but I can't even remember like anything that happened anymore besides like the lovers that got separated, blah blah blah. This was one of the weaker Generations, I'd say for sure. I'm not saying it was like entirely bad, but I didn't really care for it, possibly because I'm not the biggest Captain Marvel fan of both Captain Marvels, I'd probably say, but probably especially Carol Danvers, just because, I don't know, just her character and her personality is just, she's like half evil half the time, at least recently, like with the Civil War II stuff, I don't know, I just don't like her character too much. I liked her Marvel Now first issue that I got to read, and I feel like it's just how Marvel want her written right now why I don't like her, but I don't know. I don't know even what to say about this, so I'm just going to already move on to my number 15, so second least favorite, which is going to be Riverdale issue number 1. Originally this was my least favorite, and Generations was like 2 spots up or something, but whatever. Riverdale's my number 1 because I actually surprisingly enjoyed this. I will not be picking up any more of these issues though, just because of financial, on a financial basis, I can't afford to pick these up right now. Maybe I'll get like an issue for Christmas or something. But actually, my shop doesn't even have all the issues. Like, literally right now, I think they have issue 1. They might have 2, and then it skips to, like, 5 or 6. So, we're actually missing some issues. So, if I wanted the whole run up to date right now, I have to order them online. And I don't want to do that, at least for Riverdale right now. But maybe I'll pick up Riverdale at some point. But this was a good first issue, and I really enjoyed this 2 stories in there. And you know what? It was good, but it's nothing real special. And as much as I love the show, it's season 2, I actually deleted all the recap and review videos, which, whatever. Nobody watched them anyway, but, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move on now to number 14, which is Mojo World Part 1 / X-Men Gold number 13. I can't speak tonight. I'm sorry, folks. X-Men. I already said X-Men Gold number 13. This was kind of whatever. This Mojo World story so far doesn't really do too much for me. I don't know. It's a bit whatever. It's supposed to be this huge crossover of epic proportions, but there's been some really cool parts and some really cool interactions, like the whole Cyclops, young Cyclops, and Rachel Grey, and Kitty Pryde, that group of people who also have Bloodstorm. I say had because, but yeah, that was a cool group. And we're actually going to talk about, I don't know which issue it happened in. And actually, I'm just going to bring X-Men Blue number 13 over here, which is my number 13. So, yeah, Mojo World Part 2. But, Bloodstorm literally came into X-Men Blue in the last arc. She just came into the fold, and they've already killed her with this crossover. It's like, what was the point? What was the fucking point? Like, same with Belen. Like, they brought her as a possible new character in X-Men Blue at the beginning, and then she got killed in X-Men Gold. It's like, and I actually think that Bloodstorm died in the X-Men Gold issue, but I'm not sure. But like, it feels like the offense of X-Men Gold. I mean, they're probably collaborating, and it's all fine or whatever, but it's like the offense of X-Men Gold that unfolded. They're killing all the new characters and cool characters that X-Men Blue is bringing into. I mean, I'm fine with it, actually, with Bloodstorm being dead. I knew it was going to happen at some point, and I had a feeling when I started reading the story it was going to happen in here. But it's like, you literally just brought her into the fold and she's dead. You could have waited a little bit before you killed her. I knew she was going to die at some point, because it kind of had to happen, but it's like, really? And like, it just feels like all the new possible cool characters that X-Men Blue's bringing into the fold, the offense of what happens in Gold is killing them off. And it's like, what? Like, I don't know. Whatever. And like, this just also feels like a cheap way to tie up some loose plot stuff, and it's just like, okay, whatever. Like, at the beginning of the baseball game, like, oh yeah, sorry about Belen getting killed, by the way. It's like, it took you a while, but whatever. We're gonna move on now to my number 12, which is gonna be Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 3. This series started off strong. It's still going strong for me, but out of everything I'm reading right now, it's not really anything special that's sticking out to me too much. I am enjoying it still, but it's just like, I don't necessarily need to be picking this up. I'm picking this up more for collection purposes, I'd say, than a necessity to read because it's that good. I'm enjoying it, but I don't need to be reading it. But I want to have a huge Spectacular Spider-Man collection. I want to get a huge run going. So to have that, I'm gonna have to have this little run here of Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man before it goes back to Legacy number 1. So and even Legacy number 1 has the same team, so it doesn't matter anyway. But we're almost to 300 anyway, also. So it's a cool time to be reading Spectacular Spider-Man because hopefully 300 is a big deal. But Lord knows. And moving on now to my number 11. It is Divided States of Hysteria, issue number 3. This was the best issue, like I said in the beginning, thus far, of the Divided States of Hysteria. Pretty good. The character interactions in this story were pretty great. I don't know what it was, but the story clicked more in this issue. It all started coming around and make more sense to me, and it was really fun. I actually can't remember everything that happened in here, but the stuff with the transgender character and the main character, Frank Villa, was pretty funny and cool. But just because of the way the transgender talked and to the main character and made it out to be. The transgender character is actually probably my favorite because it's kind of messed up what's happened to her, and she's still getting hated, and it's like, wow. But I mean, she's a cool character, and she says some great stuff, so I'm not saying she's all innocent and everything, but cool stuff. Also, what a cover. They had to get rid of a tattoo that was here because it was really controversial, because I forget what happened. But yeah, the covers are always quite something, except number 4 is kind of lame because it was the cover that got pulled for being too controversial, I think. Because it was supposed to be for number 6, but anyway, I'm going to move on now to Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 14 as my number 10. I'm trying to go quick here. This was a good emotional story that was kind of dark and stuff, and we get to see the childhood of both Norman and Harry Osborn, and how Harry Osborn actually caused Norman to become the Green Lantern. It was all this diary stuff, and Peter was emotional. He didn't want to think or be around any Osborns, including Liz Allen and his son Normally and Harry's son Normie, but by the end he decides otherwise because they need Peter right now. And it's a pretty beautiful story. From 94, not Marvel's greatest times necessarily, but before their darkest times, I guess. Whatever. It was a good story in my books, so whatever. Just if you disagree, whatever. It's your choice. But my number 9 is going to be Amazing Spider-Man issue number 789. Got different covers here, of course. Got the Legacy Homage, which is the worst one to date. And it's going to be the worst one because it barely changes. Just the quality of how Spider-Man is drawn changes. And the Headshot variants. Which the Headshot variants are 110, but I get them for regular price at my shop because the owner of my shop doesn't like them, so he sells them for regular price when he could be selling them for more, like he did the first week. But nah. But yes, this is a really good issue of Amazing Spider-Man. Actually, I did really enjoy this, and I just love Mockingbird and Peter's relationship. I think it's quite great. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But yeah, like I was saying, I think it's quite great. Seeing the blowback from the Parker Industries stuff is going good. Good first start to this story, and yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. So that's my cue to move on to my number 8, which is gonna be Deadpool. Issues number 20, and Despicable Deadpool number 287. I'm probably going to talk about Deadpool number 20 more. But first off, the variants for Deadpool number 287 with the Headshot and the Homage variants. And yeah, the Legacy issue was great for a great first part of Deadpool Kills Cable. That was really fun. But the story I would like to talk about a bit more is Deadpool number 20. Touches on the touchy subject of suicide and depression, as Deadpool is trying to save this woman from jumping while he's making jokes about suicide. At the end of the day, Deadpool did what he could, and he found somebody that could help her more. And this was a surprisingly emotional and unemotional story, while at the same time still had some humor depending on what your sense of humor is like. And it had a good ending, and it had a good story resolution. So it was good issue, and it completed my collection, and I've been looking for it, and it was really good. And I don't know, it was just a nice story. And I feel like you would still get a bit of joy out of this issue in terms of a bit of a laugh. Well, apparently they say the people who understand and get darker humor are, apparently that's like some research, and I don't know if it's actually true, but I heard once before that the people that laugh at darker jokes or that get darker jokes more are more intelligent. But I don't know if that's actually true or not. But like, I don't know. I think it's still a Deadpool book to the core. So it has some humor in it, but it's also on a serious subject, and I think it does a good job of kind of having both in there still, even if it is a touchy subject. But I'm gonna move on to my number 7 now, which is gonna be Secret Warriors issue number 4 and 5, finishing off the Secret Empire arc finally of Secret Warriors. This was a good read, really enjoyed it. Good stuff. I don't even know what I'm gonna say about it. I don't think I'm gonna say anything. If you're not reading Secret Warriors, I highly recommend it. There we go. Where's my money, Marvel? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'll never be sponsored by anybody. Moving on to my number 6. It is going to be Falcon issue number 1, which I actually quite enjoyed. I wasn't sure how this one was going to go, but I quite enjoyed it. Multiple covers here. The All Much variant, trading card variant, and headshot variant. Like I said, really enjoyed this. I like the positive, hopeful tone of this series. Sam Wilson I love Sam Wilson, can I just say. Sam Wilson is a great character. I love the All-New Patriot too, that was great. And the purpose of trying to stop Gang War and have them team up and stuff. That refuel with Blackheart was pretty cool, but I wasn't surprised necessarily by it, because I knew Blackheart had to come into it at some point. But it was still really good, and the themes overlooking the situation of racism and gang war and crime rates and just everything was fantastic. And I would say this is a pretty important book, I guess. Also, I don't know if you haven't. Nobody's like picked up Falcon at my shop. We ordered 2 copies of Falcon number 2 because the owner had no faith in it. I guess he was right not to. He knew how it would do, I guess, because I'm the only one picking up Falcon right now, and that makes me feel like I should be picking it up more, because I want to give this series that nobody else in my area is giving a shot. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm at least picking up the first arc of Falcon. I feel like I'm going to go with it longer, but we'll see. Anyway, though, I'm going to move on to my number 5, which is going to be Dark Knight's Metal issue number 3. Had a great open. This was a great story throughout. Seeing the relationships that have been formed throughout the Trinity and stuff, and Superman, Batman was great, and Super Son's part was great too, and just the whole thing. The story is awesome, and I just don't know what to say. If you're not reading this story for some reason, what are you doing? Great covers, great story. I mean, not all of it's been great to be fair, but you know, whatever. At least in my opinion. I move on to my number 4 now, which is going to be Defenders, issue number 4 through 6. I'm getting thirsty now. Great story. I'm loving Defenders right now. And this made me be like, why the hell haven't I been picking this up? Also for number 6, I got the Homage variant. And that's the only variant I got for it, because there's no headshot or trading card variant or anything in my shop. It was sucky. But there was a how to draw variant, but those are shit. So, but yeah. Really enjoyed these. I don't know. Black Cat got more involved in here. We saw Punisher again. Diamondback's a great villain in my opinion. I'm loving him. The team ended up with in the hospital again with Night Nurse and stuff. Iron Fist spot Night Nurse the building or whatever, which was cool and stuff. And I don't know, it was pretty good. And like I talked about in the last ranked, I'm gonna miss Bendis on this book, or I'm gonna miss this book if it disappears because Bendis is leaving. Whew. I'm gonna move on now to my number 3, which is gonna be Astonishing X-Men issues number 3 and 4. And holy shit, these are the best issues of Astonishing X-Men so far. Both of these were awesome. Ever since issue number 1 was a bit disappointing to me, but issues 2, 3, and 4 have been awesome, and this series is starting to become one of my favorites. Really enjoying this. These 2 issues were brilliant. I can't remember everything that happened, but number 3 focused on Logan / Wolverine / Old Man Logan, and it was great. And then issue 4 focused on everybody and stuff. I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. And Shadowkin has taken over both Old Man Logan and Gambit now. So yeah. And now I'm on to my number 2, which will be my number 1. So I have the collection of Wildstorm issues number 3 through 7, and Black Bolt number 6. And actually, Wildstorm is going to be my number 2. I had literally written down here, I had Wildstorm written down for number 1, but then I was like, wait, remember what happened in Black Bolt, RJ? Some great stuff happened in Black Bolt. It was a great story. So I flipped them. I actually looked inside again to remind myself fully what happened, and it was too emotional and great not to rank it number 1, so you know, it happened, stuff happens. But Wildstorm, wow, I had a huge hiatus from Wildstorm, haven't picked Wildstorm up since I think I picked it up in March. The first 2 issues, I picked them up in March or early April. So I haven't picked it up since like April, when the 3rd issue would have come out. Because I had no issues 3 through 6 at first. No, it was 3 through 5. I had no 3 through 5, and then 4 and 5 came in, but 3 didn't come in. And now 3 came in recently, but 3 didn't come in because they ordered a variant when I should have ordered the regular cover, and yeah, it was a whole mess. And now I have the regular cover, which is in the next haul, but I'm not going to show off all the Wildstorm covers now. I just want to get this video done. Wow, Wildstorm's a great series, though. Michael Cray is great. I kind of do agree with others when they say the Michael Cray series is a bit disappointing, because I have read that now, the first issue. I need to get issue number 2 probably in the next haul, hopefully. Although I need to get the next Wildstorm issue first, which I don't mind, because Wildstorm is one of my favorite series right now. It's great. If you're not reading it, go give it a try for me, why don't you? Just, yeah. It's 24 issues long. It's going to be, or at least right now, it's supposed to be. Really great stuff. Really enjoying it with these 5 issues I read. It was good stuff, so, yeah. One issue kind of dragged a low for me because I kept getting interrupted while reading, so I don't fully, I didn't comprehend everything that was happening in the issue, but yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna move on to my number 1 now, which is Black Bolt number 6, and holy shit, was this a good issue. Spoilers ahead, by the way. If you don't want to be spoiled to this, if you want to read Black Bolt but haven't got the chance yet, and I'm trying to catch up right now, do not listen, because I'm going to spoil so much for you. In 3, 2, 1... Absorbing Man sacrifices himself and dies, and they defeat the jailer, and we're worried that Lockjaw actually died, but then he doesn't. He returns and helps them. Rava leaves, Metal Man leaves, they go off to their worlds and stuff. Blinky can't really go home, so Blinky's gonna join Lockjaw and Black Bolt and go back to Earth. So, yeah, quite a lot of stuff happened, if you couldn't tell. If you're not reading Black Bolt, why? I'll throw that out there. This is one of my top. This is in my top 2 because I don't know which one is my favorite between Generation Gone and Black Bolt right now. But holy shit, Black Bolt is an emotional story. At least it has been for like the last 3 issues, and it's been great stuff. And it's story packed, and it's really great. I wasn't surprised. I knew it was coming a mile away that Absorbing Man was gonna die, but it was still great and emotional and a great story. So you know what? Expertly done and great stuff, and the art and story combination is as great as always. And you know what? It's that time of the video where we end things off. Oh, my neck just cracked. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, even share if you'd like to. Tune in for the next video where I'm going to be going over my new comics. I got my all new Comic Con number 43. I did 2 ranks tonight doing that. I actually still have 1 more ranked to record as of right now, which I'll hopefully get done tomorrow. So yeah, and then I'll be caught up. And hopefully I'm gonna buy a long box tomorrow because I have no space for my comics really right now. But yeah, or soon, maybe not tomorrow, but I'm gonna have to buy one soon either way. So it might be tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'll see you on the next video, and peace out. Bye.